Welcome back everybody to episode 7 of 8 of Figma in 50 minutes. In today's Figma in 50 minutes video, we are going to be going over constraints. So this is actually a fairly simple one, but could be confusing at times. So what are constraints? Well, constraints are basically let's say if you want this icon to be stuck on the top right instead of just floating around when you resize it. Right now, let me give you an example. As you can see, I'm resizing it, right? I mean, at the top it stays because it already has a default constraint. But we want it to be able to just stick to the top right wherever it goes. Like once you add its constraints, the correct constraints, it should stick to the right side, as you can see. So I made this plus icon, which we'll use a bit later on for another practice. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, let's try it on this left one over here, the back button. So just select it. It should be inside of a frame, by the way. So right now, it should be okay actually. So this is the constraints part. You can actually do fix when scrolling, and you can do all of these stuff. So let's try. So let's scale it on the top right. As you can see, top left, and you can see it sticks to the top left. It's fairly simple because we didn't really do anything. It's default. So yeah, let me explain. So it sticks to the top. That's a given. Let's say top, yes, and also sticks to the left. So it just basically says if that's the container, let's say that part's the container, then it would stick to that area. So if you want bottom right, just do right and bottom. Cool. Well, we want top left. Okay, now let's try with these. Well, this one is also fairly simple. This one is the left side, so we want it on the right side. So now let's try. As you can see, it worked. Well, kind of. This one didn't work because we didn't apply anything. Well, we kind of wanted it to be the same thing as well. So just click right. Now, should all be perfect. As you can see, perfect. Very, very cool. So now it sticks to the top right wherever. I mean, there's no device this size, so it wouldn't look this bad. Don't worry about that. Okay, so now we have that. Now what we want to do is we want to add this one. As you can see, this background over here. Later on, I'll give you some challenges to do with these components, or maybe this page you can recreate it. Not recreate it. You can make these constraints and you can try them by yourselves. That's as a challenge I want to give you. So yeah, okay. First of all, we want this background, this white background. So let's copy it. Oops, what did I do? Copy paste, get out of the frame, and bring it into this one. Roughly place it a good place. Roughly, I mean like put it properly, but still roughly. Alright. So as you can see here, this rectangle is perfect. But now let's try scaling. As you can see, these icons work perfectly. But it doesn't really scale. It does stay to the right, which is okay, it's good. It stays on top as well. But what we wanted to do is scale to the whole size of the device, depending on where it is. So select it. Then we want to go for another one. We have left and right, top and bottom. So you can say sticks, increase it. Yeah, see, that works as well. But I mean, you could do left, right, top, bottom, or you could also do scale. So it scales in either way, as you can see. Maybe let's try giving this left, right, top, bottom. Let's try and see what happens. Whoa, that's bad. It doesn't really work. So yeah, let's get rid of that. Hopefully, nope, they're not back to normal. Still not back to normal. Okay. All right, as you can see here, perfect. So now, whatever you do, it scales. So now you go left, right, left. Oops. Left, right, top, down, perfect. Okay, cool. So let's bring it back to the normal size. Now let's try adding this button over here. I mean, this is just an icon I made previously. We can make it look a bit better by adding a drop shadow. You can just click drop shadow. Maybe give it a 2 and blur of that. Okay, we have a nice simple icon that we can use now. So let's just place it maybe like 25 across the top. And how you see these grid lines, if you want to see the spacing, just hold Alt and then go for the place you want to see the spacing on, while it's being selected, of course. So now it's 25 and 25. Okay, now, so we just want to stick it to the bottom right. As you can see, it's already set for us. So normally it would be top and left, but we want to set it to the right and bottom. So now it should be a given, as you can guess. You've seen the whole video, as you can see, sticking to the bottom right. I mean, no device would be this big and have that small of a button, so it's okay. Alright, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good exercise. So I want to give you guys a challenge. Maybe you can recreate or just take a few of these components here and make them responsive. Let's say maybe you can make this bar responsive. Maybe you can make it stay in the center, which is pretty simple as well. Again, center, center. So that's just a hint for you guys. I'm not going to mess that up. So right now, if we scale these, it doesn't really work that well. As you can see, it's weird. So you can group these and then you can give them constraints one by one, just to give you guys a hint of what to do. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something about constraints in Figma, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.